our very own Fela Makafui is being featured in the season 2 of Netflix original series Anikulapo. This is a massive news for Fela Makafui. This is a massive news for the Ghana film industry, and the production house that has employed Fela Makafui, they are very much blessed to have her because her talent is unique, and I believe whatever role they are giving her, she's going to deliver. In this video, I'm going to review the movie Anikulapo, and I will talk about the series Anikulapo. So stick and stay with me. My name is Steve Nader Jr. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. Let's get into it. So the project Anikulapo was produced by Golden Effect Pictures. It was written by Shola Dada and also Kunle Afolayan, and he also doubles as the director of the project. The whole thing started off as a movie and was acquired by Netflix in 2022 and was released on Netflix, I think somewhere September 2022. The film did very well on Netflix. A whole lot of people loved it, and then they had to do a spin-off of the story and make it a series. So in 2024, I think around March, they released the first season of Anikulapo on Netflix, and it became a Netflix original series. As the recording of this video, due to the massive impact of the season 1, Netflix has commissioned the production company and the directors of the show to produce season 2. And that is where our very own Fela Makafui comes in, because she has been casted as Adina in the season 2 of Anikulapo. Obviously, this is a very big news for Fela. This is a very big news for the Ghana film industry. And honestly speaking, this is a very great opportunity for the production company because I know she's going to deliver. I, for one, knew that Fela was already on the set because they have already started filming. Most of their locations are in Ghana. But then, when the news came out, it has become one of the trending topics now because it's obviously a big news. It is somehow a Netflix original series. And this is very big for her brand, for the Ghana film industry and all that. But before I get into the review, let me mention that Juliet Yasantua Asante has done very well. This woman right here is one of the reasons why this is a reality right now. She's actually the president of the National Film Authority, and Juliet took it upon herself to invite the people down to film the whole project in Ghana. They actually spent about 50 days filming the season 1 of Anikulapo in Ghana, and it employed about 1,200 people from cast and crew. So getting into the review, I've already mentioned that the film was produced by Golden Effect Pictures and it was directed by Kunle Afolayan, who is a renowned Nigerian film director. It was also written by Shola Dada and assisted by Kunle, of course. The film employs a whole lot of actors and actresses like Bimbo Adidoye and then Hakim Kai. If you know Hakim, you know that he's been starred in a whole lot of Hollywood films, and also Kunle Remi. Kunle Remi is playing the role as Saro, who is the main actor. So in this folktale, the film's setting takes us back to, let's say, 1990s or somewhere late 80s. You can tell that by their costumes, the choice of locations they used, and even their makeup. So the central idea of this story is that when people die untimely, there's this bird called a calabed, more like a vulture or something, but it's very black. The bird has that power to resurrect people when they die and it's not their time. But if they die and it's their time, then they are sent to a place in Ghana and Kebeka say Asamado. But in this movie, they call it Odinosum. So they send those people there. A whole now say you go and rest or something. But the long and short of this story is that this main character, Saro, acquires the power from the Akalabed. And now Salo is able to resurrect people when they die. That is the central idea of the film. But there's a whole lot of backstory to it, from how Saro came to the town, his ungrateful nature, and how he ended up running away with the king's fourth wife. The film in itself is very demanding, and it requires some uninterrupted attention. If you don't really have time, or if you don't want to pay attention, you won't understand it, especially at the very beginning of the film. But when you get to understand the basics of the story and you follow it, it's a very interesting story. In as much as I'm trying to avoid spoilers, let me give you a brief summary of the story, because the film is entering season 2 already. Saro is a traveler who finds himself in a new town, and then he doesn't know anybody there, but then the town welcomes him. He starts to live his life. He started making clay pots, and now he becomes a weaver. That's what he does. When someone is naturally ungrateful, you can tell by petty things they do. And this guy in this film is very, very much ungrateful. So he ended up becoming popular in the town because of his massive work. And now he ended up sleeping with the king's fourth wife. They find out, and obviously it's an abomination, so they banish him and they beat him to the point of death. And at that instant where he is almost dead, the god of death, which is the Akala bird, comes to visit him. I don't know if at that point the bird was taking him away or giving him life back. But then the lady he cheated with, the king's fourth wife, fought the bird. And in the course of the bird trying to run away, it's left its power. The power to resurrect, it's left it. So the power to resurrect was left behind. So Saro and Aroloke took it, and it became theirs, and they started using it. So they end up in a different town. They start using the power to resurrect the dead, and because of that, people started calling him Anikulapo, which means to raise something out of the dead or to bring something back to life. Like I mentioned earlier, if someone is ungrateful, you will definitely know. Eventually, because of his ungratefulness and pomposity, this guy loses the power, and now he meets his untimely death for the second time. And that is how the story ended for the movie in 2022. So they spin off this story and makes it a series. And in the series, which is the continuation of Anikulapo the movie, now this guy is no more raising people from the dead, but rather he's supposed to bring back all the people who he resurrected back to the dead. The story is a little bit confusing and complicated, but like I mentioned, if you're able to watch it and follow it with close attention, you're going to love it. Honestly speaking, at some point in the film, it becomes very boring. It looks like at that point, the film lacks action. There's no new thing happening. I'm talking about from, let's say, 30 minutes to 1 hour, because the film is about 2 hours. But between like 30 minutes to 1 hour, it was a little bit boring for me, because all that was happening is something we've already seen. They've established that he's a traveler, he's in the town. Now we know that he's doing this for the king. He's now making clothes and all that. Let us see a new thing. But then they were spinning the story off like that, and I think it was boring in my opinion. This project, Anikulapo, from the movie to the series, is obviously one of the biggest projects in Africa as the recording of this video. I believe it's going to amass more successes because the film is of a very high standard. The film's quality is great. And let me tell you some few significance of the film. The very first thing I want to talk about is the fonts of the film. The fonts corresponds with the genre. The fonts resonate with the story. It looks like it was a customized font for this particular project because it is that unique, and I like it. It's so beautiful. One other thing I want to talk about is the costumes. Their costume represents the story. Very unique costumes. Their props are very significant. There are a whole lot of props in the film which are very unique and it represents the very ancient Africa that we know. You will watch this film and you will fall in love with Africa because they are doing everything the African way. Their bows, their chairs, how they do things, everything in the film in terms of props represents Africa, and that is very impressive. Another significant thing about this project is the location, and I think they built every location they used, because looking at the behind the scenes and looking at them filming in Ghana, I don't think there's a place in Ghana like this. So they built every location they are using in this film, and that's a whole lot of work. It tells you the amount of work that has gone into the production, and it tells you the brains behind this film are not child's play. If you watch it, you understand what I'm talking about. I'm telling you. Their makeup is on point. It makes every character in the film look unique, and their special effects makeup is superb. Like I said, the brains behind this project knows exactly what they are doing. This is the kind of project that will put Africa on the map, because honestly speaking, the cinematography of this film in terms of camera angles, shots, coloring, sound and all that is accurate. Most of the shots were very creative, genius, and properly planned. They start a scene from a very wide angle, uncut, and it will end in a close-up or a medium shot. So it means that they have carefully plotted every angle they want to move. The characters know it, the DOPs know it, and so they are all moving along. That is what I mean by professional shooting. They don't have to do like long shot, then you cut the long shot and you move to the medium shot and you move to a close-up. No, they calculate the shots alongside the scene and the location. So DOP is acting alongside the actors. DOP knows that I'm supposed to move left because at this point in time, this actor is going to look here and I'm going to get a close-up shot of them. If we are talking about projects that has it in Africa, this film has it. And I'm very happy it was filmed in Ghana. At least some of our crew members are on board. I even saw that the National Film Authority, Juliet, the president, she was giving chances to young filmmakers to be on set to learn from them. I saw that, and it's a very massive thing. Their sound is on point and their colors are very, very uniform. I like the editing, but there are a few touches I feel like it can be improved, and especially the CGI. Some of them were very clean, I mean with no blemish, and some too you can tell that, okay, this is a CGI. The whole point of a CGI is for you not to be able to detect that this is a CGI. So if I'm able to detect that this is a CGI, then it's not really complete. At some point in the film, when I realized that this guy has the power to resurrect the dead, that took me back to the Ghanaian film Owo Safwa. You know, that film was also a very great film. But Osha Owo Safwa, if you check Owo Safwa, how they were able to acquire the Owo Safwa, and now people are growing to like 1,000 years and not dying. I was expecting that, hey, is it going to happen like this in this film? Another day. But then no, this story is entirely different from Owo Safwa that we have, you know. If you haven't seen the film Anikulapo yet, I would recommend that you check it out. The film is currently streaming only on Netflix. So if you have a Netflix account, you have an advantage. Watch the film first. The film is there and then the series is there. Watch the film and then you delve into the series as well. The series is, I think, about 6 episodes. 1 hour, 14 minutes each or so. So you can check it out and then let me know your opinions in the comment section. What I know is that the season 2 has already started. The filming has started. They are filming. But then they wanted to confirm everything when Netflix gave the go-ahead, which was few days after the birthday of the director. Netflix actually sent every cast and crew member parcels to officially invite them. And then there are a whole lot of new faces who are going to be introduced in the season 2, which includes Fela Makafui and also Sega. Is it Sega or Saga? No, Saga. Bibi Naija, White Money Time, Saga and Nini, if you know, you know. Saga is also featured in this film and I can't wait to watch it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. My name is Steve Nade Jr. Please let me know your opinions in the comment section. Like this video and kindly subscribe to this channel for more film reviews and updates. I'll see you in our next video.